Alright, so before we get into the video, I want to say this is not the video I had in mind for this week. For all 6 of you who care, you probably saw my post about how I was going to post a video called Super Metroid, or the map randomizer, but it's way harder, or it's a little harder. I did not feel motivated to make that because it's very long and I don't have the passion for YouTube right now. So instead, when it loads, we're doing a good old-fashioned Super Metroid Varia randomizer, which is a little different than Map Rando because it doesn't randomize the map, and also it's on the easiest settings possible. Starting, you can already see that Varia is telling me, one, where I am, which Map Rando doesn't do, how many major items I have left in the area, which is very nice, and I already have the map completely filled out. Oh, also, an important distinction I want to point out. The item preset that I chose, or that Varia chose for me as the easiest setting, is the Chozo preset, which is a preset that changes where certain items can be. It's a major and minor item split. If you don't know what a major and minor item split is, that means that major items such as important unlockable abilities or the supposed intended first iteration of any of the ammo items will all only be shuffled within a pool of other major items. The Chozo split particularly randomizes or shuffles all majors alongside all items that appear on Chozo statues. Which means the pool is a little more open, but at the end of the day, it already included a missile, super missile, and a power bomb, so it doesn't change that much. Right now, I'm checking every item I can, not only just because my item pool is very limited, but also to beat the game, theoretically, I would need 6 energy tanks. I won't actually need 6 energy tanks for a reason we will come to near the end of the video, but at this current point in time, I think I need 6 energy tanks. That will go down whenever I find Varia Suit, though. An important part of the easiest preset, according to Varia, is the enabling of 3 major engine changes, which are the respin, allowing you to start another spin jump while in the air, momentum preservation upon landing, aka speed keep, which means that you maintain the running speed you last had on the ground after landing, and much easier space jump timings, and by that I mean that space jump has no more timing. You just kind of mash the A button and it'll work. Now, speed keep is fine. Speed keep is actually pretty cool. It allows for a lot of very interesting strategies that aren't possible otherwise. However, respin and infinite space jumps, as you will soon learn, are really difficult to get the hang of for someone who hasn't played with them in multiple years. Check this out, for instance. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna try and smockball into Alcatraz, and I fail twice because both times I unpress and repress A because I don't want to do a full jump. This makes mockballs much more of a challenge to do comfortably. Knowing that I'll fail a mock ball if I try, I aim to go up to the ceiling because I forgot that there are some of the little bugs at the ceiling. I quickly learned. I save at the ship because my next destination, which is Gauntlet, right above me, requires multiple bombs, and because I don't have bombs, I only have power bombs, I'm on a bit of a limited pool. Right now, my top priority is to find bombs, and then maybe speed booster. I get punished hard for my complacency. Of course, with infinite space jump, it's really hard to make a mistake in the final part of the gauntlet. And for my efforts, I'm rewarded a power bomb and a super missile. That power bomb tank will be the last power bomb you see me collect the entire run. It may have been difficult to tell, but infinite space jump screwed me over there as well. I wanted to do a short jump and then mock ball from that, but because I unpressed and repressed A, it thought that I wanted to space jump again. So I end up turning space jump off for this segment. Another big change that you won't see nearly as much is being allowed a starting charge beam. Before you actually get charge beam, the game will still give you one so that you don't get soft locked during boss fights. The trade-off is that it's only 1/3 as powerful as actual charge beam, so it's very rarely useful over the 20 super missiles I've already accrued. Much like with Green Gate glitch, another glitch that you'll see quite often in this run, I never learned the timing for that specific super missile spot. Thankfully, another change from the easiest reset, according to Varia, is save stations fully refilling all your ammo and energy. Finally, after missing a trick that I have done in one try so often, I am rewarded with the Ice Beam. Ice Beam isn't required in this run. I mean, technically it's never required. You can kill Metroid Centurion with 3 power bombs regardless of Ice Beam. But it is a nice tool regardless. Already, Ice Beam has lost any sort of relevance as a movement option because I've gotten Space Jump so early, but it can still prove useful in other ways, notably the damage increase. Bombs are a huge upgrade to my arsenal. Not only do I no longer have to rely on power bombs to destroy bomb blocks, but also in areas where space jump is less helpful, such as morph ball, coming out of morph ball tunnels and entering morph ball tunnels, etc. I now have bomb jumping. Similarly to Ice Beam, bombs have lost a ton of relevancy as movement options due to space jump's prominence, but regardless, it's still an incredibly useful find. And I have now forgotten that I have bombs. Speed booster, even without high jump, is a huge deal. And I don't think I need to explain why, so I just kinda won't. A common theme throughout this run is me fumbling movement very hard. Not only am I pretty rusty in Super Metroid, I haven't played it a couple months. I'm incredibly rusty at Varia randomizers. A lot of the settings are things I haven't seen in multiple years because for multiple years I've just been using map random. I don't know why I failed that quick kill. The second missile did land. Kraid's mouth should have opened faster. Regardless, it's not like this boss poses a ton of challenge. Especially not with the 25 super missiles I've already found. And my reward is a single missile tank. And that shot that I shoot at the exact same place every time I play the game, and it breaks the bottom block, for some reason goes too far off screen this one time. Something you may notice is that I still haven't figured out that Chozo split means it's a major-minor split and Chozo statues. It's here where I learned that the dots, unlike map rando, do not just mean missile tanks, and that the circles are going to always mean majors. This is why you should really read the settings you're using before you use them. Feels weird doing this section with Speed Booster. In every speedrun I've ever done in most randomizers, all three of these rooms leading into Ice Speed are... I've pretty much not done them with Speed Booster since my last casual playthrough, which was... or I guess my last casual playthrough pre-starting to speedrun, which was 2016, so... it's been a while. Unfortunately, with my mock ball limited by the constraints of having a unlimited space jump, you know, you make do with what you got. Such as Speed Booster. And 35 super missiles. Trust me, I am bringing up the super missile count multiple times, and it will pay off. That counter will just continuously keep going up. Anyway, time to pay our favorite DLC boss a visit. Yeah, I have the Super Metroid DLC, so I'll fight this boss. Then you'll also see me taking a DLC-only shortcut from Wreck Ship to Meridian later, because I really want to see what the spring ball check is quickly. Speaking of checking things quickly, Space Jump makes this so much more convenient. The adventure to get Grapple Beam in speedrunning may be my favorite thing, or my favorite segment in the entire game. In most categories that you get Grapple Beam. Or, excuse me, Wave Beam. The other one that you find in Orfair. My movement here isn't that clean, and I don't get to do best mock ball in the game, but all in all, still very satisfying collection of rooms to go through. This is a pointless short charge. It's here where I believe that I finally figure out that it's Chozo Split and not all items. And also, an odd interaction with the lava there, Space Jump, really piques my curiosity. Because I assume that I can now just suddenly space jump when in liquid. And so, to test my hypothesis out, and because I think I can do the trick right now, after collecting a couple other items over here, the usual locations for Speed Booster and Wave Beam, I'm going to go save back in Bubble Mountain and try the Lava Dive. A trick that, if you don't know, is basically you get into Ridley early. Unfortunately, I can't do that trick because I don't have high jump, but I don't realize that right now. That reserve tank will never be used across the entire run. Even though I already have the minimum amount of energy tanks and a reserve tank, I'll still be collecting multiple energy tanks along the way for safety. Also, Charge Beam is helpful, but I already basically did have it. So, Charge will really only come up if either I run out of Super Missiles, which, considering I have 50 and I can fully refill them at save, seems unlikely, or if I get Plasma Beam, because then my Super Missiles are useless. I was watching Zosty's new GT Code World Record a couple days ago, and the way he breezes through this collection of rooms to get to Lava Dive is truly just amazing. And here's where I realized it's impossible to do this without high jump. Technically, it is possible without high jump, it's just a trick that I'm not interested in learning. Ironically, despite breaking this tube for later, I will never be back down this far into Redburn Stark or West Meridia. Space Jump makes Red Tower infinitely easier to traverse. Especially with Respin, which allows me to save myself from the Samus Eaters in case I almost fall into one. Using a power bomb there to open that power bomb door will also never come up again. One major ability that I'm really missing at this point is Spring Ball. Spring Ball is by far my favorite item in the entire game, and it is criminally underused. In speedruns, there's like nothing that ever gets it because it's locked away for like several minutes worth of time loss because you have to wait for Shack Tool to do his whole mining thing, as well as go out your way to get to that area in the first place. So pretty much the only two runs that ever use Spring Ball at all are 100% at the very end of the game because it has to, and GT Code just because it happens to get it because you get all the items when you get GT Code, or when you execute it. And even GT Code, which gets it relatively early in that run, only uses it like twice, and it's both in Lower Norfair. Spring Ball is a really cool ability. If you haven't played a ton of Super Metroid, I would recommend finding it and then just messing around with all the tricks. Look up some Spring Ball online stuff. Fantoon was not kind to me today. Fantoon is rarely kind to me, but especially today was not great. Partially due to my own mistakes, but also, I got a single fast. This was like a 4 cycle, and I got 1. I executed the Doppler way too early and get punished very hard for it. And now we get to wait for, I think it's like 16 seconds just in the corner, charge holding because it can't hit me. What a fun boss. I get a little confused with the patterns here. I try shooting Fantoon like he's doing a mid from the right, but Fantoon spawned in from the left there, so that wouldn't have done anything anyway. But yeah, that's my... not my PB by a long shot, but slow, slow, fast, slow might be a new PB for unluckiest Fantoon patterns. I fumble my movement really bad in Wrecked Ship. Whether it's just not being used to the engine changes, or maybe it's just speed booster and high jump together, and no high jump, I guess. Because if you've played the game, you'll know that speed booster and high jump work really well together, and while high jump works well on its own as well, speed booster without high jump does not feel fun to use. And now we get to enjoy the slowest part of the run. There really should be a setting to speed up bowling. I think there is, actually. I don't know why it wasn't on. So yeah, I mean, this video didn't take a ton of effort to make. I don't expect it to really be the crown jewel of my YouTube channel. That said, you've stuck around for quite a while now, so thank you, I guess. I promise I'll do much better content in the future regarding this game. Maybe not super often, but I will. Including a much more difficult Super Metroid Map Randomizer, which also shuffles around the rooms. So, if you want to see a randomizer with real content and puzzle solving and critical thinking, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss it. And if I'm still not motivated by 2 weeks' time, you can always check out my old Super Metroid Map Randomizer video. I mean, it's not that old, but that one I feel has cleaner gameplay and is more emblematic of a real Super Metroid Randomizer and what that entails. Anyway, speed booster messing me up here. I think it was, at least. I checked the input display. It didn't say I was holding run, but I think I was holding run there. My second missile tank major. Actually, it might be my third. I don't remember how many missile tanks are shuffled in. I think just the 2. Yeah. Anyway, check out this cool DLC shortcut between Wreckship and Meridia. Oh, what's the speedrunner name? It's the Forgotten Ocean. That's it. Yeah, this is a pretty cool little region that, like, no one ever visits. Oh, and I suppose I should probably explain the joke for anyone out of the loop. Super Metroid DLC, I don't think it's a real thing in the community. I think it's just something that Funtoon says, Funtoon being a chatbot in Twitch channels. There's a Super Metroid DLC pack, right? And it's got a whole bunch of new content. It's all of Crocomire, the Forgotten Ocean, which we just went through. The second phase of Kraid, which I guess I also did in this run because I messed up the quick kill. Or I guess the quick kill itself messed up? I don't know how that one works, so. And what's the fourth one? Oh, Spore Spawn. Yeah, because speedrunners don't fight Spore Spawn at all. I mean, you saw me do the shortcut trick. But yeah, all of that is the Super Metroid DLC, because no one ever plays it. And now here I am on my way to go get what I believe is the item that takes the single longest amount of time to grab in the vanilla game. make this whole detour through the right sand hole. Up the... whatever those rooms are called. Gotta wait for Shack Tool to dig, even though the snails could also dig. They're off screen on the other side of this room, so they don't feel like it. Riveting gameplay, I know. And finally, after literal minutes, I do believe that it does pay off. Screw Attack is a very, very nice item to have. And it will make my life, especially in areas like Lower Norfair, way easier. And now we get to bear witness to possibly the longest I've ever taken on a green gate. Now I'm gonna be real, I don't know the setup. I'm trying to do the setup here to get the glitch to work. Not how I roll. Eventually I just start winging it. And you know, it's funny because even though I don't have a good strategy for it, usually I do still get green gate glitch first or second try. I don't know why or how. That said, I will take it. Just making sure that there aren't any other extra items that are majors. Oh, dude, that's so clean. Movement in this game is sick as hell. Or at least it would be if I was good at it. And now we have everyone's favorite snake. Say hi, Batun. Having any more than like 15 super missiles allows you to just spam at it. Because I have 55, which, bearing in mind, that's already over the vanilla cap. We haven't even fought Ridley yet, or gone down to Ridley. Oh, also, I don't remember when we got the missile tank. That's the 9th missile tank. But that's also going to be the last missile tank we get all around. I fumble the Dragon fight really hard. And it's mostly just because, or the first time at least, it's just because I'm really stubborn and I want to go for a Shine Spark first, but eventually I just settle on the good old Grapple Beam. Sure. That said, apparently I don't know how to short charge under pressure. Also, Screw Attack is so annoying in these segments. And here I am giving up on the Shine Spark. Here I am getting told that I can't Grapple Beam, which is fun. And so, of course, I just take the long way. I'm gonna level with you guys. Right now, it's 7 a.m. for me in the morning, and I have gotten 0 hours of sleep because it is burning hot in here where I'm at, so if I seem a little distant at times, that's why. Also, I may fall asleep mid-recording, so the microphone fuzz might change. I make the decision to leave the plasma beam checked behind. At this point in time, there's a very small amount of items it could be, and it could either be a huge win, it could be high jump or spring ball, or it could be Spazer Beam, which would be an active detriment because I would have to spend menu time re-equipping plasma. I make the bet that it is Spazer Beam, and I move on with my life. No, I'm not fumbling bomb jump. Stop looking. Technically, I already had 6 energy tanks because I had a reserve I forgot about. Told you I wouldn't play anything huge in this seed. However, now I have 6 energy tanks. So my strategy for Torian is actually going to be to unequip Varia's suit, because for some reason, the one thing that Varia's suit does that Gravity suit doesn't is change Mother Brain's Rainbow Beam damage from 6 energy tanks to 3. I don't know why it's only Varia, not Gravity, but that's the only thing that changes. My movement is even less clean going through these rooms now than the first time. You just can't tell because I have screw attack. Now, theoretically, a lava spike or a gravity jump probably would have been faster there, but have you considered that I don't know how to do a lava spark, or a good lava spark, and gravity jumping is just annoying. The 2 majors down here in Lower Norfair are the only 2 remaining majors that I will collect during this run. High jump, even after all this time, is still super nice to see. This is an incredible item, even if my movement is already incredibly fleshed out thanks to Space Jump. And kind of because of Space Jump, really, is why it feels so nice to finally have High Jump. Between it and Speed Booster, High Jump does a ton at augmenting certain upgrades that would otherwise feel very awful to use. I make the potentially scary decision to not save here because I am, at this point, very overconfident. I mean, what chances do I have of losing at this point, I have screw attack, I have high jump, I have 6 energy tanks and a reserve. I have 60 super missiles, which isn't even the maximum I'll get, by the way. I have... No, I don't have Spring Ball, actually. Like, the one thing I would want that I don't have is Spring Ball. And now remember, my Plasma Beam and X-Ray is really good. I feel like something that a lot of new players, or at least not like new casual players, because, they're still learning the map, but like new players who are trying to learn speedruns don't understand about X-Ray Scope, is that it is a fantastic item. Speaking from personal experience, because that was me. I was so not for X-ray scope whenever I got it in randomizers, but you know, at a certain point, the glitches and the clips that you can pull off with it are so powerful. And if you don't know how to do any of those, then just good old-fashioned microwave beams, you know, the old Mega Man pause trick. It's so strong. Also, yes, I am counting my shots here. How could you tell? No, seriously, how could you tell? I haven't done anything yet that is conducive to counting my shots. Or I guess, more accurately, Wrigley hasn't done anything that would make counting shots worthwhile yet. You can see me pause there because I think he's going to come down and grab me, because I'm pretty sure, I don't remember, this time I wasn't paying attention, but when I was actually playing, I was. I think I paused there because I hit 20. I don't actually remember. Now, with my dearly beloved spring ball, I have every item I would ever possibly want in this game. So now it's time to beat it. My movement through this area is not clean in the slightest. I am not used to space jump down here. Fun piece of trivia, my first ever speedrun of this game was a reverse boss order speedrun. Quick tip, or quick word of advice, don't let that be your first speedrun. I did it because I saw on YouTube, one of my formative memories is seeing Zosty's world record, back when people called him Zosty and not just Zost. I think this was like, what, 2016, 2017, maybe? I don't know. It really inspired me, though. I'd been playing Super Metroid since 2013. I had only just recently gotten every energy tank in the game. So it was really interesting to see someone just tear it apart the way they did. And it's funny, I don't know how I beat that in one sitting. I know I beat that run in one sitting. Which is funny, because I can't even beat a casual RBO run these days in one sitting. Unfortunately, none of my speedruns of this game have ever been recorded, either because I was on the stupid and dumb Wii U Virtual Console and didn't have a capture card, or I was not confident enough in the frame rate. And so I just kind of deleted every recording of a run I had, because I said, well, you know what, this doesn't look valid because it's like 3 frames a second. I should not have come on the upper path here through Cathedral. Going down the lower path with the Speed Booster shortcut is way faster, but it didn't really cross my mind. I just know that I want to go up and left to get to turning. Similarly, I should have gone through Mount Everest here. it's a little faster. However, I just go all the way through this starting room here in West Meridia. And way overshoot the door. Here's like the one mock ball that doesn't get messed up by space jump. As much as I love Spring Ball, I really didn't get to use it. I got it at the very end of my run, and so I do one little extra hop right before entering Torian. Spring Ball is the emotional support item of this run. And even in randomizers, it's still worse to just save at the ship before going into Torian. Because you can just save in a save station and everything gets refilled. Fast Torian is really weird. Like, you start at the very end, which makes enough sense. All the Zebtites are gone. For some reason, I'm pretty sure Mother Brain is closer than... or the Mother Brain Hall is shorter in Fast Torian. Either that or the Varia devs changed the Zebtites. $18, $19, $20, $21, $22. So yeah, turning off Varia had no real purpose there. Because it turns out, Fast Torian Mother Brain doesn't use the Rainbow Beam. So all my energy tanks were for nothing. Except Ridley, I guess. I get the forbidden 3-minute escape time on Mother Brain Room. Even during the escape, my movement isn't safe. I somehow fumbled the Shine Spark here. Like the day, you know, this seed just... I really should have played it on any other day, because that day was not my day. I would never miss this one, though. Easiest Shine Spark in the game. I decided to be funny and save the animals. I usually don't do this, but... you know, like, it's the easiest possible randomizer it could possibly be. Like, There needs to be something. And that's time. You know, they really weren't lying when they said it was the easiest possible settings on Varia. The strategies and the puzzles and the problem solving in this randomizer were nothing. It was mostly just holding forward and constantly being in go mode. Yeah, the positivity, the validation pixel. Yay, I saved the animals. One hour, 4 minutes, 42 seconds. That definitely could have been sub-hour. Anyway, yeah, that scene was really easy. I think I played awful. One thing that I do really wish I had the foresight to do was to turn off infinite space jump so I could actually mockball places. Because that's something I knew that was gonna be an issue going in, because it's been an issue historically, and I know that even though it's been years. So I should have had the foresight to figure that one out. Outside of that, though, I mean, even a Super Metroid I've already played before, or like a Super Metroid that I'm just running forward and constantly in go mode killing bosses, like, yeah, that's still cool as hell. My favorite speedrun category is New Game Plus, which is a category where you start the game with everything. So, you know, it's not surprising that I still found this entertaining. At the end of the day, movement in this game is always going to be sick, no matter what your logic or your difficulty or your category is. Like, it's just kind of a speed game, no matter how you cut it. Even casually, it's a speed game. Look at Speed Booster, or Spring Ball, or Grapple Beam sometimes. But yeah, this is a bit lower effort of a video than pretty much anything else I've ever made. The way my last Super Metroid video did, it'll still get like 1 million views or whatever. So, you know, that, have fun. But yeah. Until next time, I've been Mistiora. And this has been the easiest Super Metroid Randomizer you ever did see.